Robert Pheasant, as everybody knows, or Bobby. But my Anishinaabe name is Kedenongwigan, the black wing of the eagle. Dodem is the bird clan. Um, I've been making eagle staffs for quite a while, but every eagle staff I made were all different and went to different communities all over, pretty well all over Canada. And so anyways, I used to be a traditional dancer, and I carried one staff that I always danced with. And one day I hung it on the wall, and it went to the worship. And this man that came, he was one of the corporals or generals, or I can't remember, but he asked me if I can make a staff for him, and I said okay. And 1 month went by, and I seen my dance staff just slowly going like this on the wall, and I knew it had to go. So about a month later, this man came to the house, and he asked me if I had the dance staff. I said, yeah, I do. I said, well, remember I called about a month ago about an eagle staff for the ship. I said, yeah, it's the Athabascan worship that sits out in Halifax, and there's Aboriginal, Métis, and Inuits on that ship. And so I told him I seen my dance staff moving back and forth across, on the wall, and I said this needs to go. So on there I had the bear, the eagle, the otter. Those different animals on the dance stick. So I gave him the eagle staff, and that staff went through, I think it was like 15 countries all over the world anyways, and the people that were on that ship was, it changed them. I don't know how they changed them, but they were so happy that they had an eagle staff on the ship. But the only thing I told them was that you take the eagle feather off the staff and put it on your other staff. I said that eagle staff, that eagle feather doesn't go on the worship. I said, but the staff will. So that's what they did. They end up putting it on the staff that they take to powwows and stuff like that. So I've made over a dozen eagle staff that are by dreams, and I make them for a purpose, not for show. And so as the years went by, Nokomisnang needed a staff. So I made one anyways, and it was this big giant one that stands about so high, and I took it to a powwow, and I didn't think that they were going to do that. And the stick was, at least 4-inch diameter, and it stood about so high. And the young man, John, he took it out there, and he's a sweating waiter, and he was holding on to it, and I told him, don't let it touch the ground, I said. So by the time he got halfway across, I told him, I said, why did he bring that? I said, that wasn't supposed to be there. I said, but Nokomis said, okay, well, take it over there because that's the only one that they had. So he did that, and finally I had another dream, and so I went out in the bush and looked around, put my tobacco down, but I asked the Creator to guide me to whatever tree that I was supposed to cut, or whatever. I said, so I came across this one, and I seen it in my dream the way it looked, and how it went. So I'm going to take this off for a bit. Break it. And this is how I seen the staff. That it had a twist to it, but it was connected to the stick itself. So what I did is I cut the inside of it and put it back, and the top piece that I cut is I put it back in there, and how am I gonna put that together? So the thing came to me as was to tie it with the leather and so on. So anyways, I did that, and finally the things came to me. I have 4 here, I have 7 here, and I have 13 down here, representing the 4 directions, the 7 values of life, and the 13 moons. So as it was going, because this was going to dance again, but I realized I couldn't because my hips were bothering my back, because I had got injured back in the 80s, and so all this was given to me, but I didn't put them together till maybe a couple of years ago. So I told myself, I said, I know what I'm going to do. I said, that staff that Nokomis has right now, it's sitting up the hill, and I said, I need to make another one for them. So I said, because we, as people, we need help day in, day out. And what is that we need is we need young people and whoever that needs help to come and heal within here. And like the colors that I have, except I don't have yellow, it's because the red representing the ancestors. What can I do to better myself and to go on, and the black representing the west, and that representing the cave of the bear, and the cave of the bear is what's inside here. And how do we help ourselves in order to go on? And the white representing yourself, and because and that's the north. When we look towards the north, we see the dipper up there, and it helps us to remember that the 7 values of life. So and the eagle feather. A lot of times when we work so hard, and when we finish school or something, so we get a diploma, a paper, 8.5 by 11. So that's our diploma. So that's one of the highest degree that we can get from that. But with the eagle feather that we have on here, when someone finished their work and healed inside here, all the hard work that we wanted to get better and to prove ourselves that we can do it, and this is what you receive at the end, because it's a lot of work that we have to do in order to help ourselves to change what needs to be changed inside in here. And that's why that when we don't see the yellow, because that's representing the future. How do I want to be in the future? What can I change in here in order to go on? So a lot of times we have to go back in the past and fix that in the present. So those teachings are there to help us to learn who we are and how we can go on and we can change. And because a lot of times we as people don't want to change, but that's part of life that we have to do. That what can I do to better myself? What can I do to help the ancestors from back there? And when we do that, you'll know once you get your Anishinaabe name, that makes a whole different story. Because when we use our Anishinaabe name, Kanenangwegan, or spotted, what do you call that? Spotted hawk, just say that, or whatever your Anishinaabe name is, it becomes powerful. And when you use that, you're asking the ancestors, the Creator, to help us in whatever situation that we are in, that we can change ourselves and to be a better person. So that's what the ancestors want us to do, is that we have to change what's in here in order to go on into the future. A lot of times we have to make a goal. Sometimes maybe a month or 2 weeks. See how hard it takes to get from point A to point B. But when you look at a beaver, it works day in, day out, looking to make his own house or whatever that he's making. So that's the way with us, that inside here, we have to work day in, day out to try to change our ways of living. And when we do that, the teachings will help, the truth, trust, all the teachings that we have. That's what's going to help us to grow in here. And when we do that, things it won't happen right away. It takes a while to do that. But once we find those things, then you'll know in maybe 30 years from now that I have changed way back there, and you don't know when that happened. But when you find help, different places, going to men's groups, women's groups or whatever, that's what makes the change in here. And when you do that, you keep on going until it's just like having that big taco that you have, you want to have more and more each day, each time. But that's what makes the change inside here. It takes us a long time. For myself, it took me 7 years in order to go through fasting, all this. But when I finished that, this is what helped me, is by seeing things like that, the dreams that I have, because every one of us have a gift, and you have to find that gift. What is your calling? What is that you're looking for in life? You know, takes a while, but when you find it, then use that gift, because that's what the Creator gives every one of us. And I just wanted to share a little bit about it, because maybe some of you don't know where it came from, but I was the one that made the Eagle staff for Nokomis song, because, you know, we all need that help. We all need that encouragement to do something different in life, and that's what makes the change in our heart and mind.
Miigwech.